How would you like to learn the secrets of two Karma Club Award winners on how they have built successful online businesses from almost nowhere to now running multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses by following the simple fundamentals of life? And let's see how they have used the powerful funnel systems, processes, automation, and social media to help their business grow at a different pace. Let's dive into their journey to grasp the strategy, mindset, action plan of how they have done it from almost nowhere to the way up to 7 figures. We are going to uncover and pick their brains of the top performing entrepreneurs on this show. How they have done it and how you can do it too. You are listening to the Nikhil Sai, the host, and welcome to the Nikhil Sai Show. What's going on? What's going on, everyone who's actually listening to this podcast right now? First of all, guys, welcome to the Nikhil Sai Show, which is hosted by me, the Nikhil Sai. And guess what's going on today? I'm very excited. We are back with another amazing True Karma Club winner. And guys, today's episode is very, very special, especially if you are a digital product creator who is trying to scale up your product, especially low ticket kind of products, right? This is going to be a gold valuable session. The guy who's actually joining us today is an OG. He's been in the internet marketing space from 2000s, and he actually kind of expert in finding out the next new trends and kind of making millions of dollars finding out the next new trends. He even spot trends in 2000s and made multiple millions of them, and currently he's even on NFTs, and earlier he was on digital products, and he was always been this guy who kind of spots out trends and takes advantage and just makes his way through scaling his business, especially in digital space only, right? And he is latestly getting into NFTs, and he has invested over 100,000 in NFTs, and he is called as NFT Ninja, which we are going to discuss as well. Very interesting stuff. And he has scaled his digital products to over 7 figures using simple low ticket sales funnels. So, guys, if you are a digital product owner who is trying to scale up, get more traffic, build affiliate, this podcast episode is going to provide immense value. So, make sure to stick around. So, let's not waste any time, and actually, let's welcome Nick DeStefano, CEO at Soulmate Sketch. Hey, Nick. Good to have
Hello.
you, brother.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
Absolutely, Nick. Thank you so much for joining us, time. And Nick, this is going to be pretty amazing. You have done so much stuff in these 20 years of digital marketing and everything you've been doing with the trends you have found, right? Before we get into more flesh, I would love to hear like your backstory. Like, how did you actually get into this? How did you get started?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, as you mentioned, I've been doing this for a very long time. So, back in the actually late 1990s is when I first started.
Ooh.
Before the internet was kind of even around, right? So, I did basically bulk email marketing when spam wasn't even around. I basically harvested email addresses online and just send it out. Anything I could, blast out, products and offers and services via email
Mm-hmm.
marketing that way when email marketing really wasn't around then. So that's basically how I got my foot in the door on online marketing into the 2000s, as you mentioned. So
Wow.
and then from there, kind of catapulted into being an affiliate marketer. That's how I kind of got my start, got my feet wet into everything I've done, like testing out traffic and creating my own offers after that. But yeah, essentially how I got started. I've been an affiliate since 2000, and I am still an affiliate today. But that's basically how I got my start into testing various type of offers, and then putting those offers into my own products that I created myself as a vendor, as a publisher. So yeah, and it's just kind of catapulted from there. But to answer your question, that's how I kind of got my start as an affiliate, and I still am an affiliate too as well.
Wow, that's very interesting, Nick. Yeah, we rarely find out people, who kind of get into internet marketing like very early on, right? Like you're talking about stuff when I wasn't even born yet. Like it's
Too
also
old
interesting,
now.
amazing, right? Yeah, that was definitely interesting, Nick. So yeah, I mean, you kind of, as you mentioned, started as an affiliate, right? Found out good trends, kind of promoted all the good products which were always going uptrend, and you made a bunch of money and always scaled up like that, right? And as you kind of transition from an affiliate to kind of a vendor where you're trying to create like evergreen product, right? And I was also kind of funnel hacking you, and I was checking out your products, and this soulmatesketch.com, kind of very interesting product actually, right? Like
Right.
very unique, and there's not a lot of products which kind of offers this type of digital solutions for a lot of customers, and I definitely can see there's a huge demand for this product, right? So guys, again, check out soulmatesketch.com, definitely get a sketch as well. So Nick, like how did you come up with this crazy idea like soulmatesketch.com? Like where did you get the inspiration from, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, kind of like you said about funnel hacking, I funnel hack a lot of things. Just being an affiliate, I see so many different products, so many different offers.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go through on a daily basis, go through some of the top products that I see, the top verticals, go through their sites, go through the funnels, and something similar, popped up that I was going through one day, and like you said, I thought it was very interesting and never saw anything like it before. So I started doing a little bit more research on this whole soulmate sketch and the whole kind of niche and relationships. And what I found was that a lot of people are interested, in this type of offer about meeting a soulmate, meeting their
Hmm.
hopefully future spouse. So yeah, I basically just got the inspiration from another site that I funnel hacked, created my own offer, used that as a model. Put up some different, I guess, value and upsells throughout the funnel. And, that's kind of how I came up with it. So I didn't, come up with that on myself, but, I just got the model and found it online from, funnel hacking.
Yeah, true. And definitely, like, we need to admit the fact that whenever there is a business, right, it's almost like a open market, and you definitely be humble enough to enter and compete with them, and don't be just like a naysayer saying, oh, someone else is already doing that, right? I mean, you're not inventing anything, that's fine. You can
Mhm.
just do better than what someone else is doing and be a competitor as well, just like what you did, Nick. Absolutely on point. So yeah, and Nick, like, I mean, everybody has a digital product these days, right? Like everybody literally, they have a course, they have a program, they have this lead magnets, they have these ebooks, and they
Right.
have no clue how they are going to sell, right? And
Mhm.
you're someone who's been in the marketing space, especially as an affiliate from multiple decades till date, right? So we would love to hear, like, as you have been an experienced affiliate yourself and has been building huge affiliate networks for your own products, we would love to hear from the expert himself, like how to actually build and scale an affiliate network. Like how have you done it for your products?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, right now, I kind of just use one marketplace, which is called ClickBank,
Hmm.
and it's got hundreds and thousands of affiliates on that platform. So the key there is, you can't just put your product on ClickBank and expect affiliates to start promoting it. The secret there is basically reaching out. What I did in the beginning before this offer took off was just basically reach out one by one to all the top products on the marketplace in ClickBank, and reach out to these vendors and just try to propose like a JV joint proposal of them promoting my product, and then in return I promote theirs. So essentially it was a lot of manual work of just little by little just reaching out to all these different vendors, and
Hmm.
then some of them signed up, some of them didn't, but in the end I had enough traction on the top vendors that I reached out to that when they promoted it, then I naturally gained traction on ClickBank's marketplace, which then many more affiliates can find you. So if you're in that top marketplace, within ClickBank, then many affiliates will start promoting you, and it's more of like an organic type growth, as if you were on Google and somebody was searching for you. So it's kind of that similar thing. So basically that's just one area of attracting affiliates on getting on a marketplace like ClickBank. But there are other channels through just various affiliate networks. And being an affiliate myself, I'm still connected with dozens of affiliate networks out there. So
Wow.
got connections where I could just reach out to an affiliate manager to get my offer on their network, and they've already got respected affiliates there that promote their offers. So it just comes down to little by little getting on different affiliate marketplaces like ClickBank, or individual affiliate networks you can reach out to and potentially get your offer there and attract affiliates. So that's kind of what I
Wow.
do.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. And one question which I do get, which is a follow-up question to this, is like when you're actually building an affiliate network, right? You will of course have a bunch of people be like, wow, this is amazing. Let me try. They put their first ad, they just create their first sequence, and after a week, they just get demotivated and they just flush out to a different product, or they be like, ah, maybe this is not selling, right? So how did you keep like the loyalty of the affiliates? Because I think that really like is a key for the success, right? Because affiliates have this tendency of jumping from product to product if it's not like giving quick results. So how did you keep the loyalty of your affiliates usually, because that's what helped you scale up?
Yeah, I mean, basically, it's just keeping them happy. If they need something right away, you want to provide value to them. Whether if they need certain ads, certain banners, email copy,
Hmm.
it's just always just trying to interact with your
Making it
top
easier.
affiliates. Yeah, making it easy for them. Just provide them what they're asking for, and then top ones that are doing a lot of volume for you. You can even bump their commission up a little bit, so that helps them too. So it's just basically like you said, just helping them out, giving them what they ask for, and just keeping engaged with them to make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's on point. Like definitely, most people really need to look at it as a community, because they
Mhm.
are promoting you, part of your team indirectly, remotely, right? So you need to
Exactly.
take care of their needs so that they can take care of your needs, right? So
Right.
very, very interesting. Most of people like just put out a product and they like, why these guys are not selling? Because you didn't give them a clue on how to sell it.
Yeah.
Then how can you expect them to sell, right?
Right.
So yeah, Nick,
Yeah.
that was definitely interesting. And Nick, like mostly, especially when it comes to digital product space, right? 90% of the success really comes down to generating more traffic, because okay, everyone can create a product, great, putting out a funnel is 1 week's work, right? But how about generating traffic, like getting hundreds of thousands of people looking at your funnel, giving you leads and going through that sequence, right? So what are your ways on how you have scaled throughout your affiliate journey of generating more traffic? How did you manage to do it successfully throughout the years?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I first started, it was, we didn't have social media. So it was basically pretty much all Google, search engine traffic, pay per click. That was kind of what I grew up on. But obviously now it's, changed a lot. So now I pretty much focus
Mm-hmm.
on social media. So, specifically TikTok right now is really, blowing up. And that's where I saw a lot of success with this particular offer. Just
Wow.
naturally, I think just because of the uniqueness of, relationship type offer. It resonated well with TikTok and social
Agreed.
media.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, overall, I think that for me personally, social media right now has done the best for me, just because I think the quality is really good on TikTok, and Facebook, of course, as well. But I think there's other opportunities that I haven't explored either, like YouTube. I think was a big potential. But the majority of traffic that I've been successful with the scaling is Google search traffic, and then social, TikTok and Facebook. But then after that, I also do a lot of my traffic, and maybe actually 50% of it now is through email marketing. So all
Hmm.
leads that I generate through my funnels, I send back emails to. So that's actually like 50% of my traffic now.
Wow, yeah, that's definitely interesting. So I think this is a key, like whenever you're putting out products, right? Your goal is to have upsells and have good email sequences so that you can increase the average order value. And I believe your goal is to collect like real customers' data so you can build a continuity, to the lifetime value of the customers, right? So that's the main key as a affiliate or basically a product owner in this space. Yeah, Nick, that was awesome, brother. Let's get to the next question. I mean,
Sure.
you see like a lot of digital product creators like popping up,
Mhm.
right, day in day out, right? So we
Right.
would love you to explain us like what are the like most common mistakes these people do and how they can avoid doing those mistakes when they're trying to promote or create their own digital products.
Yeah, sure. I mean, firstly, I probably wouldn't try to reinvent the wheel. Like you said before, I mean, I just try to model after something that's already working, and make it
Mm-hmm.
higher value, add what you can yourself, your uniqueness to the offer. That's don't try to create something that is not tested or not proven to work, because you could be wasting a lot of time and money doing that. Basically, just try to model off something, like I said, that is already working, and then from there, then it's just a matter of, like you said, getting the traffic. That's a big piece of it. But for me, my success was getting the affiliates to promote the offer, just because there's so many opportunities that affiliates have, different traffic sources that I wouldn't be able to touch. So for me, it was just reaching out one by one to the affiliates, doing so. But another thing that I see, I guess, new vendors they don't do is they don't follow up on leads that they get through the funnel. So for example, my particular
Mm,
funnel, I get a lot of leads that come through my funnel. Some buy, and majority don't buy. But I don't just do nothing with those leads. I try to send them other interesting products, similar products like mine. And then you can earn commission on that way, which in turn you can put that money back into the business in terms of
true.
marketing, try to get more leads to your funnel. So I think that that's one
Beautiful
thing
advice.
people don't do, is they don't follow up on leads, or even existing customers follow up on promoting other things, that in turn you can increase your profits and put that back in the business.
Yeah, that was awesome, Nick. Yeah, appreciate that. I think when you're doing especially affiliate business or digital product, you should put your ego aside and be like,
Hmm.
it's offer what they want, not what you want to sell them, right? So I think
Exactly.
that really turns out the game. And I genuinely believe, right, most people are not fit for your product, and that's absolutely fine, right? You just need to find what fits them and help them and make an impact for them and just make money at the same time, right? And I
Exactly.
believe it comes back to the point we just iterated here, which is letting things off, like not trying 100 different things, starting with one by one, like building affiliate traffic first, building your own traffic second, right? Because a lot of product owners, they'll be like, hey, let's launch Facebook, Google, YouTube, email list, all of that stuff at once, and they can't even figure out one way of generating traffic, and they suck at it because they have never done it at a scale. They just quit, right? So I think that focus is really, really crucial.
It
Yeah,
is.
appreciate you getting into detail, Nick. Let's get to the next question. I think this would be very, very interesting. I mean, lately, I believe you found the next new trend, which is this NFT, right? Right. We would love to hear. I mean, we have known through research that you have heavily invested over six figures on your personal NFTs, right? So, what are your thoughts on NFTs? Like, what are your thoughts on this technology? Where do you think this is leading? In the digital marketing space, like 1 year from now, 5 years from now, where do you see NFTs overall? Is this a fad, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, I hope not. Honestly, for NFTs, it's still actually very new to me. I've only been doing it for a couple months, but from what I've seen, in my experience, I just see that there's a huge opportunity here, just in this space altogether. And from hearing about, not just reading on news, but from big influencers, big people online like Gary Vee, and a lot of celebrities, and they're all coming on board with it. And whether it's a fad or not, that's for debate. But I know that a lot of people are making a lot of good money in this space right now, and I think that
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of quality people projects that are being built out for the long term. So I don't think they're just focusing on just putting up something, a project, and pulling a rug on it. I think a lot of them are trying to build out for the long term.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be, we're only seeing the beginning of it. Obviously other companies, big companies like Facebook and Adidas and Nike, they're all
True.
investing millions of dollars
Heavy.
in the space. So I think it's something that we're just in on the ground floor, which I think is exciting, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of people to start learning about this now, and get in while you can at the low entry point.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like internet in 1990s. Same with the blockchain. Like NFTs is still like one cell, and we don't know what animal it's becoming. But it's exciting to kind of really see the world is so much connected and information is passed very fast. And as you mentioned, rug pulls are happening because this is just like the beginning. Just like what happened in the early internet marketing, everyone was like doing all of these scammy things, but now people are getting more educated. Same happens with NFTs, right? Everyone will be flushed out, and then there will be like the real players who want to build long term will be staying, and
Mhm.
we all kind of come together to build the technology together. That was definitely interesting, Nick. Thank you so much for
Mhm.
opening up your thoughts on NFTs. Now let's get into some interesting stuff. We would love to hear more about like your tools stacks, like what do you use to manage your projects and clients for productivity, basically to manage your day-to-day tasks, email marketing, and all of that good stuff.
Mhm. Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm, as you know, a little bit of old school, so I don't use a whole lot of, exciting, tools like technology, which I should be.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've got like a pad of paper here with my notes. I've got a calculator, spreadsheet, so I don't really honestly use a whole lot of tools for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
basically it matters that like spreadsheets, Google Docs, that's how I manage my outsourcing team. They, basically just put in their time within a Google Doc spreadsheet. So I just kind of go through that each day. And then, basically orders and support work and everything, I'll just come through the Google Doc. And then, I just manage email, obviously through just regular email platforms, but there's no real special tools that, I use outside of ClickFunnels, of course, but, that's kind of the biggest tool that I use that, I kind of use on a daily basis.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so guys, no excuses. You don't need any crazy tools, softwares, expensive shit to make it happen. All
Right.
you need is a pen, paper with a calculator. That's
That's
what Nick just mentioned.
all you need.
So yeah, yeah, absolutely. I agree, Nick. Yeah, that was definitely interesting. And let's get into the next question, brother. I mean, like, are you a routines guy? Like, do you follow any routines? Like, how does your daily, a routine looks like?
Yeah, no, I try to do because obviously I work from the house, so there's a lot of outside distractions that could happen. So I try to stay in typical routine every day, which basically starts with I drop the kids off at school and then I work out, and then get right to work. So it's essentially I try to do the same thing every day, and then when I do the work, then I try to follow the same schedule that I'm the tasks that I follow each day at the same time. So whether it's an hour in going through emails and then an hour going through managing all the orders or overseeing the business of it, and then like an hour of marketing. So I try to follow that same type of routine every single day, and I think that's
Mm-hmm.
what's led me to make sure that I'm on track to hitting all my goals. Just making sure that you're not spending too much time into email or whatnot. I just put a time limit on that and then just move on to the next task and then get to that thing that I didn't finish the next day. That's kind of how I've always approached things.
Now, so keeping it simple, like technically not complicating it. Wow, that's definitely interesting, Nick. Appreciate you going into detail with your routine. So yeah, I mean, you definitely started early, right, in your business, and when even internet was early, right? So if there is an option to go back and suggest to 20-year-old yourself, right, what would that suggestion look like?
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably, I spent maybe too much time and effort on things that weren't proven yet. So, like I talked about a little earlier, I think that, being an affiliate, you kind of have an advantage of promoting a lot of things at once. So you kind of know that either what's going to work and what's not going to work pretty fast without trying to create your own product. So
Mm-hmm.
if I were to do it again, I would just be, promoting things that I know worked, and then model that off of something that maybe you can create yourself instead of trying to put time and effort into something that you don't know is proven yet, because it could save you a lot of time and money. But that's kind of something that I would do if I went back and did it all over again.
Yeah, true, true. Never try to rewrite the foundations, right? Just,
Right.
just follow success, right? And I
Ex-
think that's what most newbies kind of get it wrong. They be like, oh, everyone is doing this. How about me trying something new, which will work more, right? Like which will work at a different level. But it's just your expectation. Unless you are kind of Elon Musk who's creating the new Tesla, it's kind of hard to hit, right? Only a percentage of people who try new stuff will kind of turn out good, right? Everyone else will intently fail, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that was interesting, Nick. Let's get to the next question, brother. Your life's biggest achievement so far, and any next bigger goals?
Yeah, I mean, my biggest achievement was probably, honestly, this just last one was getting that 2 Comma Club. That was, my first one. So, I was really happy to get that and, walk across stage at Funnel Hacking Live and, shake hands with Russell and Todd. And so that was, a really big achievement for me. And then, but my goal now is to get the 10x one and keep getting the 2 cc's. So that's that's the next goal. But I hope to with the NFT project, that's or my course, that's kind of where I'm heading right now in this NFT industry. And then ultimately would be to launch my own NFT project after that. So that would be hopefully my goals the next year years to come.
Wow. Yeah, definitely interesting and all the best. And we are very excited to see you, Guru brother. And we are excited to see you rolling up with multiple 2CCs and hopefully 2CCX as well very, very soon. So, yeah, Nick, definitely. Let's get to the next question, right? I mean, we don't consider mistakes as mistakes, especially as an entrepreneur, right? You always seek something and learn something from it and you keep moving on, right? But if there is one mistake which you can see back and say, oh, I wish I didn't do it, and which could save a lot of people a lot of time and effort and energy, right?
Mhm.
What was like the biggest mistake in your life so far, especially in terms of business?
Yeah, just expecting, I guess, something to kind of last and run forever. As I know,
Hmm.
as many people know, that things don't last forever, and that's specifically focusing on like a traffic source or like email that's doing well. For me, it was working so well for so long. I just thought that, well, let's say this traffic source is going to just work forever, but then the next day it's completely shut off, gone. You could be one day you can be making thousands of dollars, the next day it's zero, and then it'll be zero forever. So, I guess to me, I was relying too much on just one specific thing that was working very well, and I wasn't diversifying my traffic sources
Hmm.
outside of just one specific source. They say don't put all your eggs in one basket. Well, there's a certain point where I did, and it really cost me a lot. So, unfortunately, I had to
Hmm.
kind of rebuild everything from the ground up, when that thing happened. And so, yeah, I mean, I would definitely, that was my mistake, is not diversifying my traffic sources as much as I could. But yeah, it's definitely a learning experience for sure.
Yeah, I think that's something a really hard lesson for a lot of people, right? They need to learn it early because, if you're just relying too much on one thing, right, it could
Mhm.
crash. I mean, maybe
Exactly.
you were doing like spam emailing in 1990s and then 2003, like Google new update to Gmail, bam, right?
Right.
Doesn't
Exactly.
work any longer, right? Same
Mhm.
with PPC, super cheap, spending a couple of cents to get clicks, early Google ads, but then 2010, bam, right? Second slap. Then
Exactly.
Facebook, super cheap. Then 2016, bam, another slap, right?
Right.
So you really need to, especially as an entrepreneur, understand the pivot movements and just be like, okay, doesn't work anymore. What shall
Mhm.
we do next, right?
Right.
So yeah, I really need to have that courage to even move fast because the people who move fast are the only one who can conquer, or else you'll just be that slow nut, right?
Right.
So yeah, let's get to the next question, brother. I
Sure.
mean, if you kind of start all over again with the kind of experience you have right now in 2022, right? How would you do it?
Yeah, I probably would just, kind of just talked about before, diversifying things. I would probably, knowing, the knowledge I have in all the different traffic sources and things like that, I would probably start, a little bit of each source at a time, and not go all in on one thing. So, I think that that's kind of just the key, that if I had to do it all over again, I would just start small and then move into, different buckets of whether it's traffic sources, offers, just kind of opening my lens a little bit bigger than trying to hone in on one particular thing. Um,
Hmm.
kind of broaden my spectrum a little bit just to see, the trends that are out, the opportunities, I guess, that are out there, as opposed to, focusing on one thing.
Yeah, definitely, brother. That totally makes sense. So, guys, whoever is trying to kind of being stuck, right? You know how to do it all over again. Just pick one good product, pick one good traffic source initially, make sure it works out well, and then just slowly scale into different, traffic sources, and make it multiple streams because you don't know which one is getting shut down tomorrow. So just be prepared for that. So yeah, that was awesome, Nick, and we would love to hear more about like as entrepreneurs, right? It's lonely, right? Like it's lonely and it sucks sometimes and you just get so much burned out, right? So
Right.
what kind of keeps you motivated? Like what motivates, what inspires you to show up every day, and who are the key people involved throughout the journey of your entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my family, has got to be the number one inspiration. Like, my wife, and I've got three daughters, so they're obviously, part of my life every single day, and inspire me to do my best and provide for them, and so that's like a key component of my life now. But in the business side of it, like honestly, like Russell Brunson, is a big inspiration to me. I follow him, and he's something, he says that obviously you're one funnel away, and for me that actually happened. I I created, hundreds and hundreds of funnels for years, and it only takes the one funnel to hit, and it could really change your life. And when he says that and it actually comes true, that really is a big inspiration on, how this can, lead to way more things than once you hit it the first time. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my biggest inspiration, just following him and, you know, seeing that what he says can actually come true and come to fruition. So, yeah,
Hmm.
that's really kind of how I was
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah, that was awesome, brother. So yeah, like that's a very, very positive, impactful, stuff which is going around, and we are definitely looking forward for more people to kind of get inspired with the message and get in and start their own business and scale it up, brother. So yeah, kudos to you. And so yeah, I mean, Nick, like such an amazing guy you are when it comes to building your own products, and such knowledgeable when it comes to building affiliate networks, creating products, and scaling them up, right? So, I mean, I'm not sure about this, but like, where can our audience find you mentoring? Do you offer any mentorships? How does that look like?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly I don't right now. I'm trying to put all my focus in on this, NFT course. But if people are definitely interested in learning about NFTs and how they can potentially make some good money with them, I'd love to work with them. So they can reach out to me at NFT Ninja. I'm
Mhm.
out there and would love to help them out as much as I can learning about that. And obviously, if something comes up where I do offer mentorship, I can provide that to them as well. So yeah.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. So yeah, guys, you will find the link in the description of this podcast to actually connect with Nick and hopefully, get more education from him regarding NFT. So you can kind of have this uptrend investment opportunities, and which has much potential at the same time with huge risk, but it's worth if you just pick the right projects. So definitely, Nick, thank you so much for mentioning that. And yeah, that was definitely on spot on, brother. Definitely interesting and straight on point. Any last word before we conclude the total podcast session for today?
Yeah, no, I mean, just out there, I know it sounds, I mean, everyone says it, but you just can never give up. Again, you just have to keep grinding, and you'll definitely get there. Just never give up. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's a serious message. Absolutely. I mean, it's old school, but
It is.
fundamental, right? Not
Old
not a
school.
lot of people kind of follow that, right? Yeah, yeah. Not a lot of people keep that in mind. They just be like, I mean, quitting is not just like quitting the entrepreneurship journey. It's even like quitting the journey you're doing inside the entrepreneurship. Like, let's say you're pursuing affiliate marketing, right? Don't
Mhm.
quit it in 3 days because it's not working, right? If
Right.
you're trying social media marketing, don't quit it in 3 days, right?
Mm.
And then you repeat this process for whole 6 months, and then you blame entrepreneurship because it's not working out for you. Rather, you work on one stream for at least 90 days to really see if you're enjoying, right? And
Right.
you will only be successful in anything when you can enjoy that stuff, even if it's failing very, very bad, right?
Exactly.
And
Right.
that's the shape you should be in, right? That's where you should be in. If it's not enjoying it, if it doesn't make you happy, even if it's failing, you
Mhm.
probably shouldn't be in that, change that shape at least after 90 days. Don't be this guy who just kind of changes directions immediately, because that takes you nowhere. You'll go backwards actually, right?
It's true. Yeah, you definitely learn from your failures. You learn from your mistakes, but you definitely come back stronger, and you definitely learn and grow more. And they always say too that you can get knocked down, but just don't get knocked out, and get back up and keep trying.
Exactly. Yeah, you know how to follow, but you don't know how to quit. So that's
Right.
the entrepreneurship theme, right? Yeah, absolutely, Nick. Definitely interesting. Once again, Nick, on point. Appreciate your time. Thank you so much for actually giving us this opportunity to interview you. It was definitely, valuable to have you on our podcast, and the kind of value you gave for especially digital product owners on how to create products and scale them up by building affiliate traffic sources was definitely interesting. And we are excited to see how these NFT things are going to turn out and how you're going to become big in this space as well. So, guys, hopefully you learned something so far in this podcast episode. If you need more help from Nick, feel free to check out the description and connect with Nick and check his NFT course as well. So, yeah, guys, stay tuned for the next interview. This is me, the Nikhil Sai, and Nick signing off for today. Bye, Nick.
Thank you
Peace.
very much. Thanks for having me.
Bye.